So in this case we will see an example of a ruptured subscapularis tendon, which is a little unusual. If we first just have a reminder, the subscapularis muscle comes from the subscapular fossa between the posterior aspect of the rib cage and the scapula. The tendon passes anteriorly below the coracoid process to insert onto the medial lip of the bicipital groove at the lesser tuberosity. The tendon rupture in question occurred within the body and the distal portion of the tendon. So first of all, if we just look at the position of the probe to view the subscapularis in a longitudinal view, the probe is placed so that the medial edge of the probe is over the coracoid process, extending laterally. It may be worth externally or internally rotating the arm to visualize the tendon more fully. In this position, the image you get should be something like this. Here is the coracoid process. The echogenic region here is the tendon of coracobrachialis and the short head of biceps, which cannot be identified as individual tendons at this level. And here, coming out from below the coracoid process, is the subscapularis tendon inserting onto the lesser tuberosity, the bicipital groove being around the medial aspect here. So you can see in this example the tendon is nice and bright. It's relatively equidistant to the underlying bone. This dark area here just represents anisotropy, which we have discussed previously, and represents the fact that here the beam of ultrasound from the probe is hitting the tendon at 90 degrees, but here it is not, and therefore the tendon looks dark. If we now look at the patient in question, this was a 60-year-old gentleman who had been playing tennis and felt a sudden pulling at the front of the shoulder. In this video we can see again, here is the coracoid process, here is the humeral head, the lesser tuberosity being around the medial aspect here. The tendon of subscapularis is down here and has retracted almost below the coracoid with some fluid within the subcoracoid recess. If we start the video, I'm internally and externally rotating the arm, and you can see the stump of the tendon here moving around with no tendon over the humeral head.